Hi guys, it is Mr. Fed. Welcome back to the channel. If you remember in the last video, we had a quick flutter on Bet365 on the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. So this video is going to revisit that. We're going to have a look to see how we did. And we're also going to have a look at the conference round to see if there's anything that we fancy there. So without further ado, let's open up my Bet365 app. Let's have a look at how we got on and let's see the conference round, see if there's anything we fancy, have a little bit more of a flutter. Okay guys, so I have called up my Bet365 app, and this is the previous bet that we had on the divisional round of the playoffs. As you can see, the first three games, they came through for me, but the final game, the Buffalo-Kansas City Chiefs game, that did not go as I anticipated. I mean, it was a really close game. Josh Allen, he had the ball in the 2-minute drill. He was driving down the field. He had a couple of wayward passes which forced Buffalo Bills to kick a field goal for the tie. Shades of, I think it's Steve Norwood in the Super Bowl 25. The field goal, 44 yards, it went wide right. So the Buffalo Bills fell just short. To be honest, that was the game I was always unsure about, and I was actually going to cash out after the first three games. When Baltimore 49ers and Detroit Lions won, I had a £20 stake, and Bet365 gave me a £37 cash out, which I thought was a bit sort of small really. Had they offered me around 45 to 50, I think I would have cashed out on that, but they didn't. They only offered me 37, so I thought you got to be in it to win it. So I stuck with the Bills. Unfortunately, they fell just a bit short. So as you can see, I did not win on that flutter. However, if we go into the Bet365 app now, let's have a look here. So we go into the conference round. Let's pick the American football here. As you know, I like game lines, so we go into game lines. Here are the odds. I have to say, looking at this, I really like the look of the Lions. I think Dan Campbell has got Detroit Lions. Even if they're not playing well, they're still winning. The San Francisco 49ers, I'm not quite sold on Brock Purdy as much as the media is sold on Brock Purdy. And I think Deebo Samuel as well is questionable. So if we have a look at the Lions, I'm not going to stick a massive amount on here. £10, I mean, you're going to triple your money there. So I like the look of the Lions. I'm not too sure about Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs are the underdogs against the Baltimore Ravens, but I think the Lions have a better chance of beating the 49ers than the Kansas City Chiefs have of beating the Baltimore Ravens. There's no point putting money on the Ravens because you'll get such a minuscule amount, £10 stake, £15 return, and there's no point putting money on the San Francisco 49ers, £10 stake, £13 return. But I think the Detroit Lions here, I think that's where the upset is. So I'm going to have a little go on that. I'm going to stick my £10 on, see if we can triple our money on that. As I said, not a big gambler, doing it for fun. When the fun stops, stop. There are plenty of help websites out there for any sort of problems with gambling, but I think the Lions, there's the upset there. I mean, what do you guys think? If you put in your comments below, is there anything you like here in the conference round? Let me know in the comments. So there we have it. We've stuck a small wager on the Detroit Lions. Not a big wager. It's getting towards the end of the season. So certainly, I've started these videos too late, to be honest. You know, the main fun of the NFL and having a flutter on these games is certainly during the weeks 1 through to 16 of the NFL season. So we'll come back next week. We'll see how we get on. See if we've fancy anything in the Super Bowl, depending on who wins those conference championship games. The aim of these videos is to be sort of just a weekly bit of fun, bit of discussion. If there's anything you like, hit me up in the comments. And like I said, we'll be back next week, and hopefully I'll have developed a little bit more of a YouTube personality as these videos go on. Yeah, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again soon.